Good morning everyone, and this is day one of our traveling from Kuala Lumpur to Hong Kong. It's going to be a very tricky journey because we have to go from Kuala Lumpur to Penang by bus because we're traveling by bus in Malaysia all the time. After that, we're going to take an airplane, HK Express, from Penang to Hong Kong, and that's how we're gonna get there. So we have 8 minutes left till our checkout, and we have a lot of things to do. First of all, I'm gonna show you, we have to storage our luggage because we have 3 huge bags, and then we do have 7 kilograms of our carry-on, which is gonna come with us based on the HK Express Airlines rules, and I think we're good to go. When it comes to luggage storage in Kuala Lumpur, there are many different options, but from all the research we've done, the best one so far is to ask your property where you stay. In a lot of cases, they do have their own storage, which is going to be cheaper and more safe than some other options. Another question is, how much does it cost? So the normal price today, I would say it's somewhere between 10 to 20 ringgit a day per luggage, and then depending on the pieces of luggage you have. In our case, we had 3 pieces. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Right now, we're going to Terminal Bersepadu Selatan, or simply TBS, which is the main terminal in case you would like to travel in Malaysia. Keep in mind it's a bit far away, plus we have traffic, so plan accordingly, don't come last minute. Have a nice day, take care. When it comes to traveling in Malaysia by bus, it's always better to come to this terminal in the morning because you will have more options for buying tickets and better choice of bus companies. Also, especially on weekends, many tickets can be sold out, so if possible, it's better to buy a ticket online. For example, in 12Go Asia app, they always have good tickets and it's definitely a trustable source. So unfortunately, we haven't followed this advice that I'm giving you right now, and when we came, all the tickets were sold out.
The airport is in Georgetown.
Penang, you need to go to Penang. So what we decided to do is to split the road and take a bus to the city in the middle of our road, and it was Ipoh. Okay.
Ah, that's why it's sold out. But we put only 1.
2. An important note, in case you want to skip the line, you can use these devices for bus tickets, but they take only cash and not all the bills. So make sure you withdraw the cash before going to this device. On the second floor of this bus terminal, there are a lot of options to eat. There is KFC and Subway and so many other Malay companies for food. So yes, don't worry, in case you haven't had a chance to have a breakfast, you can just go upstairs and have a breakfast. That's what we're going to do right now. Everything is sold out. We couldn't get tickets to Penang.
Your adventure.
It was obvious, so we're going to Ipoh. And then from Ipoh, we're gonna see if we can make it to Penang, because our flight...
Here we have KFC halal. You have to check that.
Alhamdulillah. So our flight to Penang will be on Tuesday night, and we're Sunday today. Guys, it's gonna be a tricky adventure. I told you from the beginning. The terminal was really full. All the places for food were very occupied, so we did not have time left, and we decided to go to Subway to grab a sandwich because our bus was coming just in a few minutes. Then we ran downstairs because our bus was already waiting, and honestly it was the first time we were taking this company, Estabina, and it was very good. The bus was new, and you will see just in a few seconds. The seats in the buses are like business class on a plane. They're incredibly comfortable and big. By the way, the best seats are always at the end, so book them if possible. Also, you may ask me why we're going by bus to Penang if there is a plane. I'll answer it like that. The bus is the best way to get to know the country, to see the country, the states, the way of life of people, try the local food. We've been traveling around Malaysia for about 6 years for now, and the bus has always been a special form of transportation for us, especially in Malaysia, because buses here are incredibly good. So after around 5 hours, or actually even 4, we have arrived to Ipoh, one of my favorite cities in Malaysia. Honestly, at the moment we arrived, I was very happy that the situation turned out that way, that the tickets were sold out to Penang, because I had a chance to visit Ipoh. Ipoh is a very amazing place. It's a capital city of Perak state in Malaysia. It's famous for so many reasons. Of course, Ipoh white coffee, which is very creamy, aromatic. I love it so much. Of course, colonial architecture, it's unique. But my favorite part is, of course, cave temples. When you travel to Ipoh, you will see a lot of caves. They're everywhere. I love nature and I love caves, and you can see them all the way around there. We booked this hotel over here and now we're gonna go there. He didn't sleep, so it's okay. The stop in Ipoh was amazing but unplanned, so the hotel booking was made at the last minute. What is important to know is that due to history, some architectural features, a very large number of hotels in different states of Malaysia do not have windows. So these can be often found in Ipoh, Penang, and Kelantan, from our experience. So at the time we're booking the hotel, it was number one priority we were checking, because yes, I wanted to have a window, at least, to have an opportunity to open it. And you will see this hotel actually has a window, but the trick is we cannot open the window. Well, it's fine. Let's take a look at the room.
Good luck.
Oh, he's good. This is the view on the mountain. Okay. That's fine. It's okay. AC is gonna work, it's gonna be much better. Let's check the restaurant. So well.
Fine. What you need? Exactly what you need. You can make massage room.
True. Traveling in Malaysia is crazy every single time, because every time I'm in Kuala Lumpur, I don't want to leave Kuala Lumpur, and then when I leave Kuala Lumpur to travel Malaysia, I don't want to come back to Kuala Lumpur, because each city is so unique. Example, this city, Ipoh, we've been here the first time 2 years ago, when just COVID started. I remember it was so weird when we came, because there were no tourists, zero foreigners, we were just the only ones. And we were going exploring. There are so many things here. I would say maybe even Ipoh is number 2 my favorite city after Kuala Lumpur. On the next day when we woke up, we decided to check tickets to Penang. We found them and we decided to have a breakfast beforehand. So we chose the place that we loved around 2 years ago, but unfortunately it didn't go as we planned.
We're gonna go to our favorite coffee shop,
Yes.
Flower coffee shop.
The first time we've been to Ipoh, it's so weird feeling, guys, because it's you came back home, or I don't know, even though we spent here I think a few weeks.
It's a beautiful
2 years
city.
ago.
Yeah. It's clean, beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think it's closed, right?
Finished because we came. When it
But
was?
they're open.
4 years, 6 years.
Let me check.
Maybe
Wait.
they close forever.
Oh my god, no, it's
might
open in
take close
Google.
forever.
Finish.
Okay. Finish home.
I think Walla closed. But why? What it says?
Look, it says finish.
Finish?
Close.
It says?
Careful. Please contact 010 2025.
I think they're selling it, or what's going on?
Maybe
Online
they-
was open. So I'm not quite sure what happened in this day in Ipoh, because in all the places we've been going, everything was closed. Literally, all the places were open in Google, but they were closed in the reality. Even we took the Grab, we asked the driver, what's going on? Is it a public holiday or something? He said, no, everything was fine, so I didn't get at all what was happening. So after that, we just got a meal in the main mall of Ipoh, and we needed to go to the bus station, because our bus to Penang was leaving in a few hours. So, we got 2 tickets. Time to travel to Penang. Thank you.
Gate number 1.
Gate number 1, okay.
Pepsi.
Alhamdulillah.
Destinasi ke Batu dengan Central dan Penang Semarang 3 jam 30 menit.
So the bus was late for 30 minutes and I started to get a bit worried because, you know, we have a flight soon and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's connected to the company because it was the first time we're taking this company, like Sojaya, but it's happening. By the way, it's our second time in Penang, and the last time we traveled to Penang, we had exactly the same situation. The bus was late. So again, I'm not sure if it's connected to Penang or the bus company. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, when you travel to Penang by bus, you have two options. Option number one, you can go to the main island by bus. In this case, you have to cross a long bridge, but you're getting to the island directly. Or you can go to the city named Butterworth, and then you have to take the ferry from Butterworth to Penang. So right now we're crossing the bridge, by the way, because we chose to go to the main island. Well, now the trouble begins. Remember I was talking about hotels in Malaysia without windows? So we spent a long time looking for a hotel to stay in Penang, searched, we were incredibly tired, but then when we got to the hotel, everything went wrong. Hotels here, they don't have windows. So that's exactly what happened with us after, I don't know, 4 hours in the bus. We're dead. My work starts in 2 hours. I have pain in my stomach. We're tired. We came to the hotel. Name is Apple Heritage Hotel, something like that. And guess what? It's exactly the case. We booked a room. We paid for it. It doesn't have windows, even though Agoda said we have a city view. And number two, no desk. We saw a picture. The picture was with the desk. He's mad.
Have to figure out this situation.
Yeah.
Okay, no window, I accepted, but then why no desk?
Yeah, the picture was the desk.
No, all the pictures are, look, we booked outstanding room. And then when I arrived to the hotel, he showed me standard room. I said, what? Of course, we already paid for it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hopefully we can return money. But it's the same time it's happening in Georgetown. I don't understand. Yeah, it's fine. So what we're gonna do now, we booked Grab. So Grab is gonna come and we're gonna go to another hotel without booking just to see how it looks like. Yeah, double check and then we will see. Okay, good luck.
You have your phone?
So this is the new hotel we arrived at. Honestly, I don't even remember the name of it, but it cost around $35 per night. It was clean and overall pretty nice, though the room was a bit small. As for the previous hotel situation, we tried to get a refund. Initially, Agoda rejected our request because the hotel claimed we left on our own and that they had provided a solution. Yeah, of course, paying extra for the room we booked, it was a solution for them. But anyways, the situation gained attention on TikTok because I posted a video about this, and Agoda offered a full refund along with the voucher, even though the hotel again refused a refund as the second time. Anyways, after we moved to another hotel, I worked for some time and then we had a dinner. I didn't eat, and my husband at 3 a.m. he went outside to buy food and he found halal food, and moreover, look at this. This is the actual real plate, and they just gave it to us and they said, okay, you can return it tomorrow. Okay. So even halal, you see. We have meat, we have Greek salad, we have so many things. After that we slept, woke up, and we had a full day in Penang, Georgetown mainly speaking, the capital of Penang, because our flight was supposed to be at 1 a.m. or 12:30, something like that, next day. Georgetown, the capital of Penang, is UNESCO World Heritage Site, so please guys, if you're here in Malaysia, do not hesitate to visit this place. It has a lot of vibrant street art, cultural diversity, of course amazing food, colonial architecture. Every time we visit Penang, it's an amazing cultural experience. Then we had a dinner at Pico Polo Cafe, which is our favorite place to eat every time we come to Georgetown. It has very good breakfast and dinner options, and I'm gonna drop you a list of good places to eat here. Then we came back to the hotel, grabbed our luggage, and took Grab to the airport. The approximate time for ride was around 20-25 minutes, and the approximate price was around 20-25 ringgit. Penang International Airport is one of the calmest and most welcoming airports in Malaysia. My main concern was about HK Express, the airline we flew with to Hong Kong, because after flying with AirAsia and Vietjet, I was quite nervous about the luggage policy. I know they check weight very strictly sometimes, and even an extra 200 grams could cost around $80, which happened with us with AirAsia, by the way. I paid extra for the luggage because my carry-on and laptop together did not weigh 7 kilograms, and it was supposed to be 7 kilograms as their website stated. But at the end, it turned out that we could just avoided paying extra for the luggage.
The tickets?
By now, your ticket you can bring 2 pieces. Some ticket you only can bring 1 piece, and the 1 piece only can put under seat.
Crazy.
Yeah. This one we will put under seat, right?
Yeah.
And another bag.
So for future guys, Hong Kong Express is pretty good with luggage policy. You don't have to worry about this, just fly in peace. And actually I wanted to share my feedback about this airline, so keep watching this video because there are a lot of things I would like to highlight. So first, the planes have an option to recline your seat. Since we were alone and no one was behind me, I reclined my seat and I flew in peace. Food, a point I was really shocked about. As you may know guys, low-cost airlines don't have the best food option range. But it's not the story about Hong Kong Airways. Hong Kong Airways is something crazy. Because look, we ordered like a waffle and a toast. And the flight attendant came and he asked me, would you like first to get your coffee? Or you would like to get your coffee and toast together? I was like, because you know, it's low-cost company.
Actually, it's not coffee, it's cappuccino.
Yeah, it's cappuccino. And then they were cooking waffle and they said, I'm very sorry, the waffle will take 9 minutes. Not 10, not 11, 9 minutes. We were like, okay. And they brought the waffle in 9 minutes.
Nice.
So the shocking part, they have the actual food. They cook food on the board. So it's not like chips or something, you have the actual meal, right? The waffle was fresh. Also, we took French toast. It was also fresh, well prepared, with honey, with butter. Honestly, it feels like food in the restaurant. We also tried Hong Kong waffles, you know, in the real restaurants in Hong Kong. It was exactly the same. So you got it. The food is served a la carte. It's being prepared for you on the board. I understand, of course, they have some prep work, obviously, but it's not the level of low-cost airline. And the price, it wasn't expensive. I think we paid around $6 or $7.
Because we were expecting something crazy, you know, especially after AirAsia, Vietjet, all of those, like... Anyways, so I'm so surprised with Hong Kong Airways. And the company is working from 2007, the flight attendant told us. But I'm surprised because maybe they didn't fly to Malaysia, or maybe we just haven't noticed that. I'm not sure 100%, but...
Okay, what we can say about 2024, the best airline company, we have two. Okay, for 2024, the best airline company, I would say Malaysia Airline, and the low cost, Hong Kong Express.
Yes, 100%, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, we were expecting something not good, you know, but alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much for flying with HK Express. We hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh my god, 17 degrees. 17, baby. Cold. Oh yes, when we arrived to Hong Kong, the temperature was 17 degrees, which is so cold after 35 degrees in Malaysia. But anyways, we got it. Look, the interesting part, I don't know if you know, but they don't stamp your passport. They basically, speaking what they do, they give you a stamp. It's like a paper, you know? So, and this paper has a date when you have to leave, right? That's it. And you have to keep this paper all the time. Oh, look how interesting. Because it's 6 a.m. we are supposed to eat something, I think, because we haven't slept and we haven't eaten anything. And I assumed the checkout in the hotel will be around 2 p.m.
Check-in.
Check-in. I need to sleep. Let's try. New.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now guys, if you need to exchange money or buy a SIM card, please make sure to find these global exchange points. They're everywhere around the airport, and I was so surprised by the rate because it was pretty good and cheap if you compare to SIM cards in the city.
80 gigabytes
Oh, amazing.
for $11.
Okay, let's have it.
We can pay by card?
Okay.
Oh, only cash? I have.
And we needed to go to the city. There are two ways actually speaking. Way number one is Airport Express, which is the fastest and the most convenient one. It costs $14 per person and you can buy tickets everywhere around the airport. It's very hard not to notice them. And option number two is bus. You have to go downstairs to catch the bus and the price is somewhere around $5, but it's gonna be way longer. So as you see, we decided to take train, Airport Express, and now we're going to platform. If the train is coming each 2 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, there are actually a couple of different stops. So we were going to Hong Kong, which is the main island. Trains are very good, convenient, beautiful. You can sit in any place. There are also places to store the luggage. So to make a long story short, I think it's one of the best ways how you can get from the airport to the city. And you can charge your phone over here. And that's it. Welcome to Hong Kong. Right now we're gonna think about taking taxi and go to our hotel, but that is another story for another day. Thank you so much for spending this trip with us. Hope to see you soon, guys.